Forerunners were once a great technological race that thrived for many years unchecked. They knew no equal in the field of biotechnology. They were also the keepers of the mantle of responsibility, a right that was bestowed upon a race to keep peace within all of the known universe. They had no known threat until, on that dark day, a dialect ship crashed onto their home planet Genesis. They had no idea what the ship contained within it. They investigated the crashed ship and stumbled upon an unknown life form that they had never seen. Little did they know that this life form would cause the downfall of the entire galaxy. At first, they assumed the unknown life form was non-hostile, but when they decided to take a sample specimen, they were suddenly engulfed by a swarm of the life form. The unknown life form began to burrow itself into the armor of the Forerunner investigation team's suits. The team members then began screaming in an unrelenting agony. Their bodies began morphing and twisting while sprouting tentacles from their arms and chest. They eventually lost all of their vital signs. The Forerunner Outpost's captain, overseeing the crash site, seeing the horrible changes that befell his investigation team. He sent in a strike team to retrieve the data that the investigation team had recorded. But sadly, the strike team met the same fate as the previous team had suffered. The outpost captain decided to deem this as a parasite outbreak. He decided to call this parasite simply the Flood. Eventually, the parasite life form, now known as the Flood, broke out of its containment field around the cross site area and began spreading across Genesis, infecting every Forerunner within its path. The Forerunner's weapons stood strong against the Flood, but still the Flood was too overwhelming in numbers for the Forerunners to handle. The remaining Forerunners decided to turn to creating a biological weapon to combat the Flood threat. They used genetic engineering and manipulation to create an artificial life form in order to combat the Flood. The artificial life form was given a name by the Forerunners. They called him Gojira. They unleashed Gojira upon the Flood. At first, Gojira had the upper hand against the Flood, destroying every single parasite in his path with little effort. But the Forerunners' control of Gojira began to slip away as his own free will began to take hold. Gojira became fully self-aware and started to attack both Forerunner and Flood alike. The Forerunners decided to subdue Gojira and to retract their containment efforts. The Forerunners felt that they had ran out of options.
Grasping for a fleeting memory. All the thoughts keep piercing this broken mind. I fall, but I'm still standing, motionless. Far in the distance, there is light, a light.
But they had one last plan to put in motion. The Forerunners chose to construct a massive ring-shaped installation called Halo, and with it 6 other rings and their control installation, the Ark. The 7 rings were scattered across the universe by the Ark. The Forerunners sent Godzilla to the shield world, Sorrow, to be placed into its core in suspended animation. Gojira would be protected from Halo's array since he had been sent to the shield world, Sorrow. The Forerunners activated Installation 07, Omega Halo. Within an instant, every sentient life form in the galaxy was erased by the Halo array. With the Flood's food source gone, the Flood would ultimately starve to death.
At the center of this zone is a sacred icon critical to the great journey. I must find it.
We shall cut into the heart of this infestation and burn any flood that stands in our way. The parasite is not to be trifled with. I hope you know what you're doing.
It's time to talk, and I have listened through rock and metal and time. Now I shall talk, and you shall listen.
Where am I? Can I be dead? Corpses shift in this grave, while I remain eternal. Everlasting desire fills my mind. Death is a blessing that I can repel, forever preserved within me.